Welcome to Blind Cafe's Naked DJs podcast, where every day we expose ourselves to the very best music. Some days we like to shake it up, some days we let it all hang out, and others we just like to stick it out there for you to listen to.
And good evening, listeners of Blind Cafe Radio's podcast. Welcome to another edition of the Naked DJ podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Johnny Love, with DJ Curveball, DJ Maria, DJ Lightning Blind Mike. He's the dude with the extremely nice looking hair, not a hair out of place, and
Absolutely no hair out of place.
And DJ Tom. See, there you go. I got him to say something there. All righty. Tonight's topics are two good ones. I'm going to start with the latter first. Why we need MTV now more than ever, although I don't think we're ever going to have MTV back, but back in August 1st of 81, that's when MTV officially launched with the video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. Who remembers that one? I do.
I remember that.
I was talking to Julie about it earlier. I said, I think MTV started in 81, and you just confirmed it.
Yes, because I remember that one. Because basically it was a prime staple of, my teenage days. And they played a lot of great music, a lot of groups I did not know about till I've seen videos of them. And then in 83, I believe they started playing more Michael Jackson and other groups. And I think it kind of started dying out in 89, if I am wrong. Nostalgia. Anyway, what do you guys think? I mean, we need something to bring the music back. I mean, now we have all the groups like going on Zoom and doing concerts that way. Prime example, my group, the group I like, Home Free. They've actually done songs and videos via Zoom. They're doing it that way now. What do you guys think of, stuff like that? I mean, should we bring back something like an MTV with just videos, or do you want something more like MTV where they had like Yo MTV Raps, Headbangers Ball, the the Road Rules and stuff like that? What would you like? Tom, let's get your opinion first.
I think whatever it takes to get them to do. As far as MTV specifically, never took advantage of their programming. Wouldn't miss it one way or the other.
No, I do miss the VJs, and God, I remember growing up with them, watching them too and stuff. They were good. MJ, what about you? What's your opinion?
Well, as for me, if we could bring MTV back the way it was, as in, like you said, the very first MTV in 83, it started changing, which is fine because I still like those artists as well. What I found about MTV to actually be entertainment, MTV's entertainment, of course, but I found that I'd find my favorite videos that MTV would play with, the artists and all that, the favorite video they put out there. And I would sit at MTV, I'd watch it and wait for one of those videos to come back up again. Even though I've seen the video probably 20, 30 times, I still want to, see that video again. It was exciting and all that. And then, of course, VH1, we're not doing VH1, but VH1 came out and I used to watch that as well. But MTV, though, for me was very entertaining. And don't forget, Johnny, that's where some really cool things came out of MTV too, sort of like Beavis and Butthead. But yes, that's me though. I want to see the videos. I want to see them cut down on the streaming. I want to see them, take more control of it. And if they could, then MTV could come back, I think.
So you mean like have the VJs come back and have all the videos and stuff? And yes, that's right, Beavis and Butthead. yeah. Shut up, Beavis. I'll kick your ass. But hey, it would be pretty cool though if we could be the VJs for a day on there. That'd be pretty sweet. Maria, what about your opinion? Because I know you were watching MTV and stuff too in the back in the day.
Not that much, but we were reading this article about it, and it talks about how MTV would foster a community rather than going on YouTube or iTunes and just picking and choosing what you want and have some kind of computer logarithm choose things according to that, you would have a host, a VJ, and a personality, with you. And you would have the same people watching the same show across the country. It would bring people together that way. And it's sort of what we are doing on internet radio right now. I mean, we're not doing it with videos. We're doing it with our music. We are sharing our music with our listeners, and they're hopefully sharing it with each other. It sort of it brings personality and life to the music that's above and beyond just what a person chooses to watch. And I think it's very important, and I think that that's what you and I and Curveball and MJ and Tom and Julie are trying to do also, be it through just, even though there are no videos, but we are DJs, and we're choosing the music that we play, and the music that the listeners choose us, not just our music. And it's another way of bringing people together instead of having people isolated and just streaming alone in a room.
I like that analogy. I really do. I think that's pretty good there. Curtis, what about you? Bringing back MTV back in the old style, man. Back in the day.
I think it would be nice for those who like that, but at the same time, times have changed, and a lot of people do prefer the YouTube and the streaming where you can watch what you want when you want. But I wouldn't mind doing it, maybe not necessarily being tethered to the TV, because now you got the apps. So if MTV has an app, I'm sure they probably do, they could do it on the app as well as on the TV, so you could watch it wherever. And I think that would go over good, because a lot of people are watching from their phones, tablets, and computers now. They're not necessarily tethered to the TV. And then you also want to cater to the people that have cut the cord if they still want to check it out. So maybe MTV, if they did that, they could do some kind of subscription service, a little cheap, $4.95 or whatever subscription service like a lot of the channels are doing to catch everybody.
Well, I do know, I think, and I could have swore I saw it on Xfinity Stream, because that's what we got. In the music section, I could have swore I saw something MTV on there, but I just went past it real quick around 3 in the morning, so I wasn't really awake. But I'm going to have to take a look for that again, because that kind of just made me think of that real quick.
Let me ask you real quick, since you don't seem to have cable, you would just do it on your streaming service, correct? And a lot of people would do it too.
Absolutely. I mean, that's basically the way a lot of people are just going anymore, streaming. And, we got 200 channels that we're streaming, but that's pretty cool. I mean, we don't have the box or nothing, which is nice. Yeah, a lot of people are. In fact, let me see. I think I've even seen, I thought, VH1. So there's still, in fact, if you kind of look at it this way, MTV kind of spawned VH1 and country music television doing their little video thing too back in the day. At least that's my opinion of it. And I like Maria's analogy about the community, because I never really thought about us being part of a community, but now that I think about it, yeah.
Now, there's the old adage, though, that there's 200 channels and nothing to watch. That's how a lot of people perceive cable. There's a lot of cord cutting going on, and people are societally becoming extremely upwardly mobile. So I agree with Curtis. Times have changed significantly. The old way, the old MTV, like I said, I necessarily wouldn't miss it one way or the other. Not to despair, not to bash somebody, but I just never watched it.
But the thing about the streaming, the on demand, the quick fix, you miss something. I'll admit I have my favorite TV shows on my computer that I watch when I want to watch them. But it's not the same as turning on the TV and saying, "Oh, 8 o'clock, my favorite show comes on, and I wonder what it's going to be about this week. I wonder if so and so, my friend is watching it, or you could miss it." There's something that's really different about TV and music watching and listening experience these days. This quick fix, I think, takes away from, again, a sense of community or a sense of anticipation, and even, referring to magic, like what's going to happen next. If you tell it what to play next, there isn't any of that.
Exactly. And I'm with Johnny. I didn't even think about as a community type thing. When I used to sit there and watch music videos, I never really thought about how many other people are watching that video. I was just intense as in, look at me, I'm watching this video. That's cool. But now that Johnny you brought that up, Maria, that, you had millions of people watching that same video at the same time. And it's just awesome. Now, like you said, when you want that quick fix as in, oh, I'm all right, this show's over, so let's go to the next one. I mean, yeah, there's that anticipation for a split second as in what's coming up next. But you don't get that, that wait. If the show comes on a week later, then, you have to wait for it. But now it's just the magic is.
Yeah, and you can't say to a friend, "Oh, did you see that video?" Because you don't say, "Did you see that video?" You say, "You should go and look that video up on YouTube." It's not the same thing. It's like, "Oh, that was so exciting when this happened." Something to talk about around the water cooler, which might also be a thing of the past too.
Yeah, but the times have changed. People want everything yesterday now. Back then, we didn't have social media, YouTube, apps, smartphones, none of that stuff. So you can still have community because when videos go viral, hey, that was a community watching it.
Oh, that is so true. And thank God we didn't have the internet when we were all growing up, because we got all the stupid stuff out of the way before the internet.
No, actually, I think we got all the cool stuff before the internet and all that started because we got to feel that togetherness and what it was all about for waiting for things. Because Curtis is right. Right now, it's changed. They want it right then and there. The new millenniums, they want it now. There is no time, an hour wait. If they can get a hold of it within 10 minutes after they get done doing something else, then they're going to watch the next one.
And a lot is lost in the translation. I think a lot of personality is lost. That's why, when you say you listen to my show, you have to listen to that through that food song if you want to get to the song you like. But it does give the show something unique. You have to listen to the weather in Indiana if you want to hear the next song on Johnny's show. And you might not always want to hear that, but it makes it Johnny's show.
That's right. It's my show, and we're going to play how I want to play.
That's right.
I mean, I think MTV I think made bands a lot more popular too. Because, like I said, I didn't know too many bands until I watched a few videos, and I'm going like, "Wow, these guys are great." I mean, Judas Priest, I only had heard about, and then I seen the video. What was it, Breaking the Law? And I'm going, "Wow, this is a great band. I like them." Basically, I mean, you had the VJs on there. Okay, that was good. And I think, to me, they kind of started going downhill when they started bringing in shows like, The Real World and all that other good stuff.
They started bringing reality MTV shows.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was looking for. And I can do without the reality TV.
The music and the videos. That's what I liked him. Now, getting a little bit of comedy here and there every once in a while is great. But then it got stupid, though, with all this, all the reality stuff that show after show after show. And then they only play you maybe an hour of videos a day after.
You mean you didn't like watching Jersey Shore? I could have swore you watched Jersey Shore, MJ.
Nope, I've never watched it.
Huh, must have been Tom that watched it then.
I can count on my right hand and have fingers left over the times I've ever turned on MTV for any reason.
Ah, yes. No, but really, I mean, I would like to see it come back, but maybe to bring new bands out. I mean, would be nice. You know, get new bands and new singers out there. Really, would be a good way to
Where it
do it.
advertises the underground people, the underground band.
Yes, that would be good. I would like that. What about you, Curtis? What do you think on that?
Yeah, I think that would be cool somewhere to give independent artists and groups exposure. And as far as me watching MTV, I snuck and checked it out when I could because I was a little young and my mom and them didn't like some of that stuff, but I definitely checked it out when I could.
I thought of an idea that, and of course they probably thought the same thing, but you could always come out with YouTube MTV or something like that, and for the take all the music stuff over to YouTube MTV, where you actually have to pay a subscription, but you have to watch what they give you. It's not like on demand, or it's not like when you can just go in and watch whatever you want. I mean, they really could take control of this and turn it right back around if they wanted to.
Well, YouTube already has a subscription service, so if they were going to do something like that, maybe they would add that channel as part of the subscription.
Oh, you know they would, because everyone's got to make a buck here and there.
And by any chance, if we gave YouTube any ideas, we get 10%.
There we go. Try to make sure we get a taste of it.
But bottom line for me, though, if they could bring MTV back, that would be great. Here's the other thing, though. I can't see anymore, as in the videos. So when I could see, the videos were great. Now it's more than just, it's more the music. And I'm very picky when it comes to music, as in which music I'll play any music, I'll listen to any music, but there's a handful of music that I like. There's a handful of music that I like, the new music now. And like I said, it's only a handful out of all of it.
We'll just have to get them to add audio descriptions.
Just picture that now. Let me see. What was the one by Robert Palmer? Oh, yeah, Addicted to Love. Yes. The guy's up on stage with women in the background playing instruments. He's singing. They're moving.
Or how about the one with Miley Cyrus where she's swinging on a wrecking ball naked?
Well, they do have audio descriptive erotic videos, so it could happen.
You know, I didn't even know that, but I'm not even going to ask Curtis how he knows that, MJ.
Whole new world for you, Johnny.
Oh,
Ouch. Damn, what did I do to get that one there? Alrighty, anyway, anybody else got anything to say about MTV? Because if not, we're going to jump into the other subject.
oh, you got my explanation on it.
I just say bring back the DJs and the VJs.
Alrighty, Tom, Curtis?
Nope, I think I'm good on it.
We've covered it pretty thoroughly.
Alrighty, the other subject here is, in the beginning, last year, okay, everything was normal up until when? February? Let's say March. We'll say March. And then the pandemic hit, and that hit the live music business hard, like a sledgehammer. Like MJ hitting a brain buster on the steel steps to
Ouch.
Matt. Let's put it that way. Basically, a lot of places are losing money. Venues, recording studios, places. I mean, everything's losing money. And like I said, a lot of people are trying to do home concerts via Zoom and stuff. And some of that's successful, but there are some people, and I believe it was Curtis who brought up the fact. Which band was that you were talking about, Curtis? That's now bagging groceries.
It was members of Bastille and one of the, I think it was actually the manager that they talked about in the article. He's actually stocking shelves, and some of them are working as DoorDash drivers and delivery. It's amazing how important or how big live stuff is to them, to where they can go from doing their live stuff to working at a grocery store. And it weighs on people's mental health and their pride or confidence, I would say.
Yep, exactly. Because we've dug this into the ground, as in, live concerts, singers and all that, but now the only thing we haven't talked about is the crew, the people that help set up all the events, everything else. And like Curtis said, the people he just announced and some of the singers and all that, they are hurting and they have to get a job, just to put food on the table for their family and pay, we haven't even talked about them yet.
Well, that's true. I mean, the roadies and the lighting technician, the crews and stuff, they got to work and they're doing what they got to do to survive. I believe there are some singers out there who actually, I don't know if they've taken other jobs and stuff, but I think they've talked about doing something like that, maybe, because some of them, I don't think they save their money right. Let's put it that way. So they got to do something to make ends meet.
If you guys probably read the same article that I did, but there was a place that they rented, and I forget which group it was or which people. They were singers, and I do believe they were another band. They opened up a pizza place, a pizza parlor.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And it's doing really well, and they're sold out almost every night, they said. So music is their number one priority, but right now pizza's their number one. They make the best pizza out there. But they said if the music industry comes back to where it was, where they could get back into it, they would get rid of the pizza business.
Yeah, it was Scottish. Who was it?
Right across the castle or something, where they could see the castle.
Stephen Kirkwood and Stephen Gallons. They have a place called Bangin' Pizza.
That's it.
Which sounds really good. Now I want to go check it out because, first of all, A, I want to go to Scotland. B, pizza in Scotland. All right, this should be different. But you do what you have to do. I think that's a pretty good idea because right now they're making some pretty good money doing the pizza stuff.
And the other, someone else started up a sauce company, I remember. But I think that those are the people who maybe had a little bit of extra money to be able to do that.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, some of those people are not even optimistic that they will be able to go back like it was in the music industry.
Some of the smaller venues, these areas that have these small music venues, they've literally gone into bankruptcy. They've lost their shirt because of this pandemic. Very, very unfortunate that circumstances have forced a lot of people to lose their total livelihood and their confidence.
Exactly. And Johnny, I'm going to go into one more conversation here, but if you have that open, if you would like to read their GoFundMe page and all that as funds and such to really help this along, maybe we could even help it. We get to listen to this podcast. I feel bad for these people, though, the ones that have to get normal jobs again, because that's where they started from. They did a full circle. They started off with regular jobs, working grocery stores, saving money, get their music equipment. They worked their butts off to make it to the higher side of life, and now they have to go all the way back in a full circle and make ends meet just to put food and all that back on the table again after they have families. Because remember, when they first started, they probably all didn't have families or nothing. It was just them by themselves. Now they've grown up, and you saw that some of them were like 57 years old, and they have to support a whole family now, and that's the sad part of the.
And they might not be up to it physically. I think that there was one person talking about that, my mental health is fine, but my knees are shot.
Yep, that's the one where he was working in a grocery store, wasn't it, Curtis?
Yeah, he was working for Costco or something.
Yep,
stocking shelves.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that was the manager of Bastille, I believe. I forgot his name.
Yeah, basically, and over in England with the combination of Brexit and COVID, that's also another thing that's hurting the music and stuff over there too.
But I like how they're all coming together though. And
do you love collecting comic books? How about action figures? Are you looking for that special gift for someone? Then the comic collection is the place for you. They have Pokemon, vinyls from days gone by, collectable CDs, and so much more. Comic books. If you have questions about the comic collection, are you looking for that special gift for someone? 357. Then the comic collection is the place for you. 215. They have Pokemon 7 vinyl for days gone by, or visit them on the collectible CD at www.thecomic collection, where you can enjoy price 215 lower than you will find at the mall. That's www.thecomic.net 3332, or visit them on the web at www.thecomic.net, where you can enjoy prices lower than you will find at the mall. That's www.thecomic.collection.net.
Alrighty, good commercial. All right, is anybody got any closing comments? What they want to, anything else they want to say on either subject? MTV coming back? I'd like to see it come back. I really would. Or the music industry, the live music. Will it ever come back? Will anything ever come back to normal? What is normalcy anyway?
Normal is completely different for everyone. But if you have that information, Johnny, that would give out if you have that.
Let me see here what we got. Which information you looking for, MJ?
The GoFundMe page one where they've been raising money?
Yes, it's the GoFundMe campaign. More for Crew.
Move for Crew, and that's to raise money for the out-of-work workers from the music industry that we were just talking about, who are now getting jobs and food service and just going back full circle.
Yeah, it's for I guess the roadies and the techs and stuff like that, and everybody involved with the setup and everything.
So Move for Crew, MOVEFORCREW.
Yes, well, it looks like hashtag Move for Crew, so it might be a
Twitter thing too.
Twitter thing.
It's a movement that they're setting up as well. So, if you guys are out there posting and you want to support it, make sure you hashtag that Move for Crew as well.
Absolutely.
Sounds
I'll do
good.
it.
Well, I'll definitely throw a hashtag out there. Hashtags for everybody. All righty. Anybody else? Tom, MJ, Maria, Curtis, what do y'all think?
I just think a lot of people are losing it, not only the crews, but the vendors that concession stand and stuff when these concerts are happening. So it's very unfortunate for a lot of people, and definitely wish them the best.
Definitely wish them the best.
Yeah, the trickle down effect is it's more far reaching than we probably realize. I think live events will come back eventually, but it's going to take a while.
I think they will too, and I agree. It's going to take a while. I mean, I don't see the first concert like Alabama was supposed to have a concert. I think this year. I think they just canceled it for next year. I don't see them putting 25,000 people in, packing the house when they first come back. I don't think that's going to happen, but it will happen eventually. Alrighty, thank you all for participating in the Naked DJ. Or Naked DJ's podcast. I don't know who the Naked DJ is. It ain't me because I'm wearing pants this time.
I would like to echo what Johnny said. Thank you all for listening to the Naked DJ's podcast. If you're catching us on YouTube, please leave some comments. What do you think about all that's happened with the destruction of live events and people losing their livelihoods, as well as MTV? Please be sure to follow, share, rate, and review after listening. Until next time, this is the Naked DJs DJs of Blind Cafe Radio, the station that raises Cain.
Go and check out Blind Cafe Radio at blindcaferadio.com, and also follow us on Twitter at Blind Cafe Radio and on Facebook at Blind Cafe Radio. Make sure you visit our webpage at blindcaferadio.com, where you can visit our naked DJ. And this is the Blind Cafe Kangaroo, signing off.